So we're in ancient Rome, right? This architect dude, Lucius, is totally flunking out. Man's broke. And every time he pitched a new design, clients hit him with, nah, bro, that's old school. One day, his buddy's like, yo, you're stressed. Let's go hit up the public baths and chill. But Lucius is not feeling it. To him, it's just a bunch of loud, naked dudes ruining his vibe. Overwhelmed, he dips his head under the water just to get some peace. Suddenly, he spots this crazy little whirlpool at the bottom. He goes to check it out, and bam! A massive current sucks him straight in. Next thing he knows, he's drowning in some dark tunnel, fighting for air. He shoots to the top, gasping, and he's definitely not in Rome anymore. He's washed up in a modern Japanese bathhouse, surrounded by a bunch of old Japanese dudes staring at him like he's lost his mind. Bro straight up time traveled to present-day Japan, butt naked. Since Lucius has never seen East Asian features before, he literally thinks he stumbled upon some flat-faced tribe. Once he stops freaking out, he looks around and his mind is completely blown. Baskets? Running taps? Automatic massagers? He's low-key mad he didn't think of this stuff first. Then he accidentally wanders into the women's section and gets knocked flat out by an angry grandma. Enter Mommy, a struggling manga artist having a serious creative block. She spots Lucius's ripped Roman look and goes bingo, immediately sketching his face for a character. When Lucius wakes up, somebody hands him a bottle of ice-cold flavored milk. One sip and he's like, yo, what is this divine magic? It tastes so damn good, he literally passes out again. Snap. He wakes up back in Rome, dripping wet, surrounded by his boys, saying he almost drowned. Lucius thinks the whole thing was just a fever dream, until he notices the empty milk bottle sitting right next to him.
Cut to 2 months later, Lucius pitches all these hijacked ideas to a bathhouse owner and completely upgrades the place. People are losing their minds over his genius, and he's rolling in dough. Baskets, massagers, sweet milk, he brought all of it to Rome. While relaxing in a tub, an old guy sighs, man, I wish I had one of these at home. Lucius starts brainstorming, and boom! The tub vortex yanks him into the 21st century again. He pops up in a modern bathroom where a guy casually asks him to scrub his back. Lucius is super confused, but he rolls with it and discovers shower heads and shower caps. Turns out he's in Mommy's apartment. She finds him on the floor and scrambles to grab her sketchbook, but by the time she gets back, he's gone into thin air. Back in Rome, Lucius builds the old guy an indoor tub and gets paid big time. He's finally got cash to feed his wife good food, but she's still totally over it. She's sick of him being a workaholic when she just wants to start a family. They get into a huge blow-up argument. She curses him out and walks out on him. A few days later, a messenger from Emperor Hadrian shows up. Now, Hadrian's got a rep for being a total ruthless savage. Rumor has it he wiped out his own cabinet members. But he's heard the hype about Lucius's crazy bath designs and wants in. Hadrian meets him and goes, look man, I love art, and your baths are art. I need you to build me a custom bath that's gonna knock my socks off, something nobody's ever seen before. Lucius takes the gig, determined to deliver. He spends the whole night pacing the streets, totally stumped. He feels like a total fraud, knowing all his best work is just stolen clout. Distracted, he trips and falls into a ditch, and poof, he's gone. Meanwhile, in modern-day Japan, Mommy's hustling a side job at a bathroom supply shop because her manga career is in the gutter. She's so exhausted, she accidentally leaves a faucet running and overflows a display tub. Splash! Lucius pops up out of nowhere, hyperventilating, until he realizes the tub is a jacuzzi, bubbling on its own. While the store manager freaks out in the background, Mommy and Lucius actually get a second to connect. He hands her a Roman coin and gestures for a tour. Mommy can't understand a word he's saying, but she shows him around anyway. The urinals hypnotize Lucius and thinks toilet paper rolls hold the secrets of the universe. But when he tries a bidet, absolute game changer. Bro feels like he just met God. He teleports back to Rome and builds the emperor the ultimate luxury bath setup. A bidet, a bubbling jacuzzi powered by slaves blowing into pipes underwater, a glowing aquarium, and scented candles. Hadrian is blown away and rewards him with a super weird custom chain featuring dog legs and human junk.
Hyped, Lucius runs home to flex his new bling to his wife, only to catch her getting it on with his best friend. Ouch. Back in Japan, Mommy gives up on her dreams, gets kicked out of her gigs, and moves back to her hometown. She gets a job at a local hot spring and starts obsessively researching ancient Rome, desperate to figure out if that weird, gorgeous coin guy was a legit time traveler. Back in Rome, Lucius is completely depressed and ready to give up on life after the betrayal. Then the Emperor's guard comes running. Turns out, Emperor Hadrian lost his son recently, believes a crocodile is his reincarnated kid, and wants Lucius to build a luxury habitat for it. No pressure, but if the croc kicks the bucket, Lucius is getting executed. While inspecting the Emperor's tub for the project, Lucius gets pulled through time again. He lands right in a crocodile cage at a Japanese reptile park. Coincidentally, Mommy is there on a terrible date. She sees Lucius in the cage, ditches her lame date instantly, and breaks him out. She shows him around, teaching him how crocs actually live. To test if he's a real Roman, she takes him to an archery range, and he hits a bullseye every single time. Shortly after, he slips into a hot spring and zaps back to Rome. Months later, Lucius finishes the Croc Haven, and Hadrian is thrilled, basically treating Lucius like fam. But out of nowhere, a massive rebellion breaks out against the emperor. It turns into a bloody, brutal war that drags on for over a year. By now, Hadrian is old and ready to step down. He wants his arrogant nephew, Seonius, to take over, and orders Lucius to build Seonius a flex-worthy bathhouse to win over the public. But Lucius can't stand Seonius. The guy's an entitled prick who will ruin Rome. Lucius stands his ground and flat out tells Seonius, "I'm not building crap for you." Seonius threatens to execute him for treason. But Lucius doesn't budge. He runs to a fellow architect, begging him to take the job. But the guy is furious because Lucius stole all his clout and business. They get into a fist fight, and Lucius gets thrown down a deep well. Boom! He's back in Japan with the flat-faced tribe again. He's all beat up, but the locals nurse him back to health in a natural hot spring, feeding him harsh homebrewed liquor. There, he runs into Mommy, who's actually learned some basic Latin. She asks for his name, but Lucius is so wasted he passes out on top of her, knocking them both into the water. They both wake up in ancient Rome. Mommy's mind is completely blown. But there's no time to celebrate. Lucius is a wanted man, facing execution. She begs him just to take Seonius' project, but Lucius packs his bags to run for his life. Meanwhile, the group of old Japanese dudes searching for Makoti slip into the hot spring lake back home, get swallowed by a whirlpool, and end up in ancient Rome too. While on the run, Lucius stumbles upon a natural hot spring in the Roman hills. Lightbulb moment. He can use this to heal the emperor's wounded soldiers, just like the Japanese tribe did for him. He runs back, grabs Makoti, and they pitch the idea to Emperor Hadrian. Lucius gives credit to Antonius, a way better candidate for the throne than Seonius, to boost his political stock. Hadrian gives the green light, and Lucius, Makoti, the old Japanese guys, and the locals build a massive hot spring clinic for the troops. Using modern medical tricks, they heal the army fast. With the healed soldiers, Rome crushed the rebellion. During the victory party, Lucius and Mamami steal away and vibe, realizing they've fallen hard for each other. Lucius is on cloud 9 until the Japanese crew starts fading away. Mamami starts glitching out too, but right before she vanishes, Lucius whispers, "All roads lead to Rome." Back in Rome, Antonius is named the official successor, and Lucius is hailed as a national hero. Cut to modern Japan. Mommy's walking down the street, feeling nostalgic, when she sees a guy crawling out of a public pond. It's Lucius! Their eyes lock, and the screen fades to black.
And that's a wrap. So don't forget to let us know what you think in the comments. Also, make sure to show us some love by hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel so you never miss a beat. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch y'all next time.